Welcome to the Professional Development on Classroom Management. This training has been divided into several different recordings, and after you have viewed this introduction, you can choose which classroom management skill you would like to learn more about. Each recording is accompanied by a respective handout that you will need to download or print so that you can participate fully in the professional development by engaging with the questions posed throughout the training. This agenda shows what we will focus on in this introductory recording, namely, what is classroom management and why is it important? The classroom management strategies that you can explore in the additional recordings include rules and expectations, class routines, positive reinforcement, opportunities to respond. There will also be additional resources provided. Now moving on to the introduction. Please pull out the handout for this section if you printed it, or pull open the document on your computer and write down your answers to these two questions. What does classroom management look like to you? And for this question, you can write down how you used classroom management in your own classroom. And then the second question, what do you wish it looked like? Given your classroom and the current behaviors that you have seen in your classroom, what would you like your classroom management to look like? Please pause the video and take a few minutes to answer both these questions. Now that you've taken some time to reflect on classroom management, let's talk about what it actually is. Classroom management refers to the practices that a teacher follows to ensure that students are not engaged in disruptive behaviors and that students and teachers are able to focus on academic materials. As you can see by this definition, classroom management is mainly in the hands of the teacher and is focused on creating an environment that encourages academic engagement. Classroom management is also important at all ages and all levels of education, from preschool to tertiary education, as it facilitates learning. Thinking about your answers to the two previous questions, does this definition align with your own definition of classroom management? The definition of classroom management mentioned academic engagement, and through research, we know that academic effectiveness is best in instructional environments where instruction isn't interrupted and students are able to practice skills without distraction. Classroom management is important because good classroom management leads to increases in positive outcomes for students, like on-task behavior, which means that the student is performing the task assigned by the teacher or engaging with the classroom activities. It also leads to increases in social skills, which is an important developmental skill to learn and is essential for group work. Additionally, it has been associated with increased mental health and effective instruction. On the other hand, it also leads to decreases in harmful behaviors like off-task behavior, where students may be talking with each other or engaging in non-academic tasks rather than following along with the lesson and completing assigned work. It also leads to decreases in disruptive behaviors like calling out in class, yelling, and leaving designated areas. Overall, good classroom management creates a positive classroom environment that benefits everyone. Multi-tiered systems of support, or MTSS for short, is a framework used to triage students for academic, behavioral, and social-emotional needs. For this professional development, the focus remained on the behavior aspects. When working with student behavior in an MTSS framework, it is important to have a strong foundation in Tier 1. Tier 1 is a universal approach in which all students receive the same strategies and interventions. When a few students are not responding well to the behavior interventions or expectations you have in place, it may be assigned to reteach them, reinforce the expectations differently, or adjust the expectations to meet the student's needs if necessary. Sometimes these alterations do not work and a small group of students need more support. This is where students may begin receiving Tier 2 services that are different from the whole group. In this event, the school psychologist or the behavior specialist will be very helpful to consult with for ideas. Afterwards, if you find that one student is still having difficulty with behavior, more individualized support can be given with the help of the school psychologist or the behavior analyst. Classroom management strategies are a key part of Tier 1 services for students. If there are not clear expectations, rules, routines, and structural support, then it creates confusion for students about what they should be doing, as well as what they think you want from them. Having proactive strategies, like the ones reviewed throughout this professional development, can not only help prevent future behavior problems, but also help you identify students who may need a little more help with different interventions. Please view the module, Making It Click, for additional information on MTSS. This professional development includes modules on the following classroom management strategies: classroom structure, creating and setting expectations, positive reinforcement, and opportunities to respond. If you have not completed the pre-test as yet, please click on the Quiz tab on the left side of this page and complete the pre-test before moving on to view these trainings. After you have completed the various modules, please navigate back to the Quiz tab and complete the post-test. The pre- and post-test help us and you to see where knowledge and skills have been gained through this professional development. Thank you for engaging with this professional development and working to build these skills for the benefit of your students.